Well, again, I'm Bill Russell, President of Lake Norman Chamber of Commerce. We got another episode of Around the Lake, and today we have Tamara Brewer. You're with First Reliance Bank. Would you share? I mean, a lot of people know all the banks we have in the area, but they may not be familiar with First Reliance. Can you share a little bit about the bank and the services you provide?
Absolutely, sure. First Reliance Bank actually is based out of Florence, South Carolina, and so that's where our history is really deeply rooted. Actually, it started over 25 years ago. We're celebrating 25 years this year, and it was started by two brothers, Paul and Rick Saunders, and their best friend, Dale Porter. And the whole purpose of that was to really, it's really when I say community bank, embedded in the community. And their vision was to have a bank where we could walk hand in hand with the community, from anywhere from, buying a first car for your kid to, helping you with your corporation. So we really do offer every service that you can imagine. We have 9 branches in South Carolina, throughout
Wow.
South Carolina. And we have 2 in North Carolina, Winston-Salem being one, and then our Lake Norman office, which is in Mooresville.
And where in Mooresville are you located?
We're on Williamson Road. We're
Okay.
right directly beside the Brawley Animal Hospital. And so we 249 Williamson Road.
Okay.
But
And you're the branch manager and vice president of First Reliance.
yes, yes. Actually, I work with my longtime banking partner, Mark Brady.
Uh-huh.
We've been working together for probably 18 years now. And First Reliance approached us about 4 years ago. We opened our doors in September of 2020 here for full service in Lake Norman. And when they approached us about opening a brand new bank, we were like, wow, that sounds exciting. And it has been. So we've had a great 4 years.
And I kind of remember it was right around COVID when you were opening, right?
It really was. It really was. So it was it was a challenge, but we never closed our doors. We had to be unique because we don't have a drive-through. So we started offering curbside banking. We literally would you call us, we'll come out to your car. And so that just it that's kind of encompasses what we are. We're a little different than your average bank. We like to think of ourselves as a boutique type bank. We answer our phones. We don't do voicemail. We don't take appointments. You just come on in.
One of the things I remember, and again, you were opening up right over COVID, and you had a wine and cheese event that you did really over Zoom because
Yes.
people couldn't get out. And you had this wine basket with the wine and the cheeses and everything, and you had it shipped to the Chamber of Commerce, and we did all this over. So you were engaging clients and investors even over COVID with a unique experience, which by the way, I had a ball. That was really nice.
Thank you. It was very a lot of fun. When we first thought about it, I was like, I don't know how we're going to pull this off, but we had over 20, community members and clients join us, and I thought it was a lot of fun too.
And you continue to do special events. You're doing one right now over the summer, right?
Right. So we are on our third year of Food Truck Fridays. And we started this in an effort, the inception came to introduce ourselves to the community because, as we know, there's not a shortage of banks in this market.
Right.
They're everywhere. And so we started it with that in mind, just introduce ourselves to the community. We offer a place where they come. We have a tent, tables, chairs, and when we first thought of this, we were like, okay, we're not going to make this all about, so where do you bank? Do you want to bank with us? That wasn't the concept. We wanted it to be just an introduction, get to know our community, get to know them to know us, build some trust. And then it's really turned into supporting our local small businesses with these food trucks. And it really has become such a huge community event. And for instance, this coming July 12th, our food truck, because we have one every Friday, the first Friday of every month.
First Friday of
July,
every
we
month.
in July we pushed it back one for the 4th of July because a lot of people are gone. So it's the 12th, and it's bushcraft barbecue. And I don't know if you know Roland, but we were his very first food truck 2 years ago. and now he has a very successful following. And it's a great time. We're out there. Out there with everyone. We just take the time to get to know the community. You know, build trust and just let them know who we are.
And is it a different kind of food truck, a different kind of cuisine each time?
Oh, yes, yes, absolutely. We've had many different kinds. We've had, everything from Cousin's Maine Lobster to taco trucks to, the chick waffle chick girl. So yes, we do something different every month. And we line Bruni, the lady that helps handle that here at work. She lines them up we start in March and we go through October's our last.
Okay. So it's going to be here for a while. If somebody wanted more information on the food trucks you got coming or First Reliance Bank, where can they go?
Well, obviously our website, firstreliance.com. And then we also have we post on our social media page when we're having the food trucks and what the food truck will be. We're really, we feel we'd like to take this to the next level. So more to come on this, but so September and October's food truck, we're going to be raising money and food for Pinky Swear Foundation. So we're hoping to kind of turn this into an amazing event where we can also support our local nonprofits.
And so if somebody went to Google and they put in First Reliance Lake Norman, your information, your webpage is going to come right up.
Yes, sir. It should. If it doesn't, we need to know. But yes, absolutely.
Tamara, how did you get into banking?
Well, I've been in banking for, let's just say 35 years. We'll call it that.
And you were like 5, right?
Exactly. I was way young. I was a protege, but really I got into banking right out of high school because of a friend of my mom's got me a job. We moved to Charlotte. What's kept me in banking is the relationship. I just have a passion for people and, really truly getting to know them. It's amazing. Money is a very personal thing to people. I mean, and so you need to have somebody think the same thing you think, like if it were me sitting there, what would I want? And I've just, it just brings me great pleasure to be able to see somebody buy their first house or, their kids start to save money and just that's what keeps me in banking.
You mentioned we have a whole host of banks here in the Lake Norman region. And sometimes I think in Cornelius alone per capita, we have more. This could be the banking capital of the world right here with the number of banks we have. But the banks play such a pivotal role in investing and supplying capital for our small businesses and for our quality of life. So you play an important role. But what do you think separates First Reliance from all the other banks?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, we truly, even 25 years, are still very much community focused. Mm-hmm. You won't, for instance, see us in Charlotte.
Right.
Not that Charlotte is a perfectly great area, but it's a large area. We're in communities where we can really be focused and involved. And as you just said, helping promote the structure and the success of the businesses and people that we support. And, and I love it. I've lived in Lake Norman for 25 years. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, everyone on our staff, on our team here lives in Lake Norman. I love it. It's been a great place to raise my family. I love all the various towns and what they represent from Huntersville, Cornelius, Davidson, Mooresville, getting into, Troutman really, I guess, but so I love the community. And after being in banking in this area for so long, it just makes me happy.
I know you're a Huntersville resident. So you just talked about what you love about Lake Norman. What is it you think is the thing that you love or appreciate the most about Huntersville?
Huntersville is growing so fast and changing. I think what I love about Huntersville is the fact that we're really focusing on now making that downtown area rejuvenated. Yes. Because I think, again, that's one of the things that's so wonderful about the lake are these small little towns that all make one large community. And I think that Huntersville is on the verge of really showing the true colors and getting that community, that downtown area enriched.
You know, we're so fortunate to have Burkdale Village, but for so many people that are newcomers here or visiting here, sometimes they think that Burkdale is our downtown because it
Right.
has a beautiful little main street, but that's not downtown. And now North State Development coming in, doing some things. We're building a new town hall. You've got Discovery Place Kids, the brewery down there. It is really exciting. So the revitalization of our downtown district, I'm very excited about it as well.
Yes, absolutely. I was just noticing something this morning on Facebook, I guess, about the Greenway, how beautiful the new Greenway is. And so I think things like that, truly will draw attention to Huntersville as it deserves.
Well, Tamara, we want to thank you for spending time talking about First Reliance and sharing information about that, but also the unique events that you're doing with the food trucks. They can go again. What's the website?
www.firstreliance.com.
And we want to thank Joe Vagnone. He is a local business broker, and he is the sponsor of our Around the Lakes. So have a great weekend, have a great 4th, and thank you for sharing time with us today.
Thanks, Bill. I appreciate you having me on. Have a good weekend.